Hey guys, this is Morphious with another video about information regarding Classic Era. In this video, I'll be addressing the question I get asked the most often, which is about cloning characters to Classic Era. Is the service still available? How do you do it? Where are your characters? All that kind of stuff. Additionally, at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about what we can do together as a community and also ask you guys for your help. So stay tuned until the end, and with that, let's jump into it. So based on the comments I've been getting, this seems to be a very common situation. You played World of Warcraft Classic, Vanilla, right, level 1 through 60, and then life happens and you stopped playing. So a few years goes by, and now with the resurgence of Classic World of Warcraft and Hardcore, you see all these videos of it blowing up and some of the biggest WoW streamers playing it. So you get excited and you want to jump back into Classic. Maybe you had a Naxxramas warrior, an AQ40 rogue, a one-shotter fire mage, or maybe not. Maybe you just had pre-raid bis, but nevertheless, it was a character you put a lot of time and work into. And so you're excited. You re-download World of Warcraft Classic, you log in, and all your characters are gone. All of them. And you can't find them. So what happened? Well, on June 1st of 2021, World of Warcraft Classic progressed into TBC, the Burning Crusade. At some point around that time, you were given an option for each character. For free, you could stay on Classic Vanilla, which we now refer to as Classic Era. And for the rest of the video, when I say Classic Era, I'm talking about the vanilla version of the game, level 1 through 60. So for free, you could have just stayed. You could have also, for free, progressed onto TBC. Or there was a third option where you could pay $15, which, let's be honest, that's a lot, per character and have them cloned. So you would have one copy of your character on Era, and you would have one copy of your character on TBC. Most players just progressed onto TBC without any intention of looking back, while some stayed. TBC happened. I would consider it a success. A lot of people really like TBC. It's arguably one of the best expansions. But eventually TBC ended, and it also progressed now into Wrath of the Lich King Classic, which is where we currently are. And now there's actually even been talks of Classic Cataclysm, which in my opinion, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, come on, Blizzard, are we just going to keep doing this forever? But I digress. At some point in time, Blizzard moved everyone's character who had not chosen between Classic Era and TBC automatically to TBC. So unless you cloned that character, or unless you intentionally chose to stay on Classic Era, those characters were moved to TBC, which has now progressed into Wrath of the Lich King. So the reason you can't find that character now on Classic Era is because they're sitting in a Wrath of the Lich King server selection page. And the same goes for players from Seasons of Mastery. So if you played Seasons of Mastery and you did not actively choose to have your character transferred to Classic Era servers, those characters were automatically moved to a Wrath of the Lich King server. So the good news is your character still exists, and now here comes for the sucky part. For a while, the cloning service was still available, so even if you were playing and went on to TBC and then even Wrath, you could still go back and clone your character to Era. It was a purchasable in-game service, same as server transfers or name changes, and Blizzard even reduced the price to $5. However, for reasons unknown, on July 26th of 2022, Blizzard ended the cloning service. They announced it with about a month's warning or so, possibly less. Myself and a few others tried to warn people. I put out a video that the cloning service was ending. At the time, Classic Era was definitely growing, but there was not as near as much popularity as it currently has. So many players were not interested, and to be honest, I had a decent amount of people commenting saying it was just a waste of money. No one was ever going to play Era again. And I am glad that the Classic Era community has proven those people wrong. The community, without a doubt, is currently thriving. However, the timing of things was off, which is frustrating. The cloning service was available for over a year, from June 1st, 2021 up until it ended July 26, 2022, just a few months before Classic Era really blew up. So that brings us to where we are now. Because Classic Era has had this resurgence in players and activity, both on the Era servers and on the hardcore servers, which I will say Blizzard did create official hardcore servers, which is pretty cool that they did something for the community. So a lot of players are seeing all this activity and they're getting excited and they want to play Vanilla again, arguably the most loved and nostalgic version of the game for many. However, we have this frustrating situation. They played Classic Era when it came out, they spent many, many hours leveling a character and gearing up, and now they want to continue and play on that character and they can't. And that really sucks. I certainly would be very frustrated, and I don't know about you guys, but I currently don't have the time to start over. And many, many players have put in tickets to Blizzard asking them to try to get their characters back, and the standard response is, I'm sorry, the service is no longer available. But I'm not going to leave it at that. I have put a lot of thought into this, as many players has reached out to me about it, and here's what I think. I don't think those characters are gone. I honestly don't think Blizzard would just delete hundreds of thousands of characters from their servers. I think this information is still saved somewhere, and that with enough push from the World of Warcraft community to bring the cloning service back, I think that it's possible, and I think Blizzard could bring the service back, and those players could once again access their characters. However, that is going to require a push from the community and some effort on our end, so stay tuned till the end of the video where I'm going to talk more about that. But first, I want to talk about more what I just said, which is why I think the information is still saved and why I think it's possible to bring back the service. Now, I don't work for Blizzard, so I could be wrong, but this is what I think. From June 1st, 2021, all the way up until July 26th, 2022, all of that character information was saved and easily accessible in an in-game purchase option. So that's reason number one. Number two, character information is saved once again on the Wrath of the Lich King servers. They automatically move your characters to Wrath of the Lich King, so all that character information, all their items, your game time played, all of that currently still exists there. And if you never access their character, they're still sitting in the exact same spot as the last day you played World of Warcraft Classic. So again, all that information is saved, it's just saved on a Wrath of the Lich King server. So again, potentially accessible. Third, let's think about retail WoW just for a moment. I know it's different and has a lot more servers, has a lot more resources poured into it. But I haven't played retail WoW in probably 8 years. And yet, if I re-downloaded it and logged in, there would be my characters, sitting the exact same way I left them 8 years ago. Although probably in an inn. With all the same items, down to the linen cloth. So that information is saved for years and years and years over, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of characters. And I'll also give you another example. So about 10 years ago, I used to play Rogue on retail. I had Thunder Fury, I had tier gear, all the cool stuff. I took a break for about a year or two, and one day I logged back in and to find my character naked. And every item from the bank was vendored, and the gold traded. I had been hacked. And back then, you could actually call customer support. I actually called and spoke to someone on the phone, and within about an hour, I received a piece of mail in-game from Blizzard that contained every single item I had had before I had been hacked. So yes, I did receive Thunder Fury in the mail from Blizzard. All the tier gear, gold, everything, even to the irrelevant items like linen cloth, medium leather. So again, all that information about my character had been saved for years and was accessible to them. And that was almost 10 years ago. So all of that to say, I don't think the character information has been deleted forever. And I think that with enough push from the World of Warcraft Classic community, we could get Blizzard to bring back the cloning service. And the people that never got that chance to clone their characters could now have a second chance of restoring their characters that they put a lot of hard work and time into, and being able to play Classic Era with a very fun, active, and welcoming community. So I did say at the beginning of the video I was going to need your help. And the truth is, I'm not very familiar with Blizzard's forums, and I don't really use Reddit. In the past, I've made some posts trying to get attention for things like this, and I usually get some sort of notification saying that I have posted in the wrong channel, and for whatever reason. So this is what I'm going to do. I want you guys to try to be able to reach out to them, and if you have knowledge about the Blizzard forums, if you're active within the Reddit pages, create a post trying to make a push for the cloning service to bring back. And if you comment in this video and you link that post, I will pin it at the top of the comments. I will create a comment and it will contain all the links that you guys create for these different posts. And then if you're watching this video, go down to the comment section, look at that pinned post, and go to those links and upvote them. If we get enough people to upvote these posts, they could potentially get a decent amount of attention and some, hopefully, acknowledgement from Blizzard. So let's try to use this as an opportunity to come together as a community and to try to push Blizzard to get to reopen that cloning service. And additionally, in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Should Blizzard bring back the cloning service? What has been your experience trying to get your characters back? Let me know what you guys think. And again, please check out those links in the comments. Please upvote those posts in the forums. And I hope this video was helpful. I appreciate you staying tuned till the end. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope you all have a great day.